Two teams coming off losses, two teams hovering around the bottom of the standings, two teams looking for vengeance. The 6th place Delta Islanders play host tonight to the 7th place New Westminster Salmonbellies, where both teams will look to gain some momentum as the regular season gets closer and closer to its end. The last time these two teams faced off, it was the captain, Drew Andre, going off for 7 points, including 4 goals in a winning effort for New West, not to mention hat tricks from both Noah Armitage and Ben Stewart. While Silas Richmond netted 3 of his own despite the Islanders' loss. Welcome into BC Sports TV, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Tino Farah. I will be your host for this evening. As we get ready to get underway here, we just saw a beautiful ceremony celebrating the Indigenous community, led there by Nathan Wilson. But we're almost ready to start off on the face-off here. Starting goalie's in net for the Delta Islanders, wearing these special edition orange jerseys. Number 30, Braden Washington, the other end for New West. Number 35, Ryan Downey. Our two face-off men for the night for New West, number 44, Lucas Nielsen, going to be going up against number 10, Dylan Doucette. And there's the opening whistle. And the opening face-off goes to a bit of a scramble draw, ends up in the Delta Islanders zone. And then Islanders do pick it up. Nice loose ball there by number 5, Will Carrier. He sends it all the way up to Keegan Kozak, getting his first touch on the offensive end. Sends it over to Silas Richmond, now into the corner. Going to set things off with the righties first things first. Back over to Kozak, going to drive low. Swing pass back up top to the righties. He's a shot from the outside, and there's the first save of the night by Downey. He'll grab the loose ball from the corner himself and look for a target. Full press here from the Islanders. Downey sends a long pass all the way into his own bench, so New West still looking for their first offensive set, but they're going to have to wait for the Islanders to get another one right off the bat. Fake pass inside to Kozak, now swings it back over to the righties. Going around his man, or at least attempting to, is Callum Monroe. He gets turned aside, now swings it back over to lefties. There's a shot off the crossbar, just over the left shoulder of Downey. That coming out of the stick of Mitch Sandberg. First tough test there for Downey. Delta back to the offensive possession, but that's going to be a back over call. Late whistle. But here comes New West with their first set. Now we're going to start off with Andrew Bishop. Now into the corner for the righties. Coming up top is Kip Guthrie. Aaron pass ends up in the stick of a defender for Delta. This is number 24, Riley Key. Long breakout pass. Connects with Connor Boma. Boma waiting for a target. Finds Silas Richmond. Physicality picking up in the corner. There's a shot by Richmond, and he scores! Silas Richmond on Delta's third shot of the game. Let's take a look at the replay here on BC Sports TV. Silas Richmond, time and space. There's that big windup, and scores low, beating Ryan Downey. Will line up for face-off number 2. Nielsen once again battling with Doucette. Doucette wins the clamp, sends it over to an open wing, picked up though by a streaking Kai George. Now over to Sanderson. This is Ben Stewart, the leader in goals for the Salmonbellies. 21 goals in just 11 games played. There's Andre. Takes the shot, trying to go 5-hole on Washington. Turns that one aside rather easily. As before mentioned, Andre with 4 goals, 7 points in the last meeting between these two clubs. He gets New West's first shot of the game, but here comes the Islanders once again. There's Richmond, the latest goal scorer for Delta. He opened the scoring. Lefty's going to work here. 5 seconds to shoot. There's a shot from the outside, trying to go 5-hole on Downey. Puts that rebound into the corner. There's the bounce pass up to Nicole Dondwar. He steps around his man. He'll take it into the corner. Might stay for an offensive shift as he started the transition off, and he will now. He'll get himself into the play. This is Bishop looking for a little bit of room. Takes the shot, trying to go far side on Washington. That one went wide. And here comes the Islanders. Conrad Skwarik's going to start off the transition. He'll send it all the way up to Reese Portillas. Richmond back on the floor. The goal scorer for Delta. Over to Kozak now. Into the corner. Lefty's going to work. Fake shot from the outside. Swing pass back over to the righties. There's a shot trying to go 5-hole once again on Downey. Handles that one nicely. Downey looking for a target. Finds one in Aiden Hinson. Long stretch pass all the way into the corner. This is Sanderson now. Sanderson getting hounded by a defender. There's a big shot. That one goes short side wide, coming out of the stick of Austin Ducommon. Delta getting that transition going again. This time it started off by Reese London. Now he'll leave for Sandberg. Sandberg sizing up his defenseman, working the two-man game. Comes over top, swing pass, now over to the righties. Here's Richmond, 10 seconds to shoot. Big windup, fakes the shot. Swing pass now back over to DeBon. That one didn't connect. And New West collects this one thanks to Halen Rasmussen. Now Bishop getting himself into the corner. Wants the one-on-one drive. He'll take the screen. Then it goes wide and out of play. Shots early in this one, 5-1 with 15:25 remaining in the first. Still 1-0 Delta. This is Keegan Kozak. Now Connor Boma. Swing pass over to the right. He's trying to come around for a shot. It's Callum Monroe. His pass was off the target, and here comes New West quickly. This is George. Finds a target. Sanderson takes the shot, turned aside by Washington. Loose ball goes behind the net. Nice little toe drag there to get around a defender. Cam Skwarik now leads for Joey DeBon. DeBon slowly into the corner. 13 seconds remaining on the shot clock. They'll send it over to Kozak, now back over. Working the two-man game with Kozak. Here's DeBon, sends it over to Richmond. Fakes the shot, 5 to shoot, takes the shot. Nice save by Downey. And here comes New West quickly over center once again. This is Jacob Stewart. Now over to Sanderson. He spins away from a check. Tries to connect with the shovel pass up to Ducommon, but that's the back over call. New West still with just one shot on Braden Washington. Looking to just weather the storm inside this electric Ladner Leisure Center. Mitch Sandberg got a shot off, gets his own loose ball too. Now he's spinning off in the corner, sends it to a streaking player through, ends up back in the stick of Silas Richmond, now behind the net. Sandberg looking for a target, might take it himself, sends it now back over to the righties. Fake shot driving 1v1 with Callum Monroe, but an interference call against the Islanders sends New West back over center now. Glanville. Now over to Ducommon. All the way back over to Ben Stewart. Tried to connect with Lance Andre. That goes off the mark. Andre going to apply a little pressure here with Ducommon. Delta does get the ball. Bit of a scramble possession so far. This is Kozak in the corner. Always dangerous. Big shot from the outside. That one might have caught a piece of the post. Comes all the way back into the stick of Washington. With a fresh 30, he'll slowly look for a target. Finds one. Trip at center, no call. Delta bench couldn't believe it. That was Ben McDonald getting sent flying. Here's Richmond once again. 10 seconds to shoot. He's got a little bit of room. Takes that shot, puts it far side wide. Can he save it from going over center? He does just in time with 5 seconds on the shot clock. There's that windup once again. Blocked, though, by Rasmussen. Fearless. Despite that blistering Richmond shot. Andrew Bishop now into the corner. This is Kip Guthrie. Fakes, takes, putting that one over the net. That was Lucas Nielsen putting that one just wide and stepping in the crease in the process. So here's another free clear for Delta. There's the shot. It quickly in transition. Blocked before it ever got through. And New West will clean this one up. This is Hinson. Now to Glanville. Glanville going to stay for an offensive set here as the lefties go to work for New West. 15 to shoot. Individual effort trying to drive. But Washington squeezes that one with his legs. And Delta gets the clear easily at center. This is Kozak. Jaunting his way into the corner, waiting for the screen, decides to send it back over. Righty's going to work. Back to Kozak once again. Not a lot of room, but he's trying to find some himself. Diving through the crease and crashing into Ryan Downey. Cooler heads will prevail. But a big collision there between Kozak and Downey. "20 seconds on the shot clock here. This is Stewart for New West getting hounded by a defender. He'll lose the ball. And quickly now a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Delta sends it over to Skwarek and just cannot connect with the pass. That was Conrad Skwarek just bobbling that one. He's got it once again though. He'll send it all the way up to center. And the stick of Callan Monroe. Monroe over to Boma. Trying to cut through a couple defenders. Gets through, takes the shot. Nice save by Downey. But called for the crease play. And here comes New West with speed. Nolan Regazi. Quickly over center now to Stewart. Stewart, the leading scorer for the Salmonbellies. One-handed flip pass. Here's a shot with a little bit of room. Puts that one off the post. New West going back to work once again. This is Stewart again. Swing pass. There it is from the outside, trying to go low. Turned aside, though, by Washington. That was Kip Guthrie with the shot. Fresh 30 now for New West. Trying to drive low. Taking the shot once again. That time it was number 32 for New West. Reed Hines McDonald. Shot total starting to even up a little bit here. 8-4 now, still in favor for Delta. They're on offense once again. Here comes Kozak looking for a little bit of room. Sends it over to Sandberg. Takes the shot off a helmet and out of play. Once again, a fearless block. Maybe unintentional, but regardless, the Salmonbellies getting their body in the way. There's another block. That one deflected, so no back over call. No fresh 30 either, so Delta's got to hurry here. So they start off in their own zone with 15 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Now 10 to shoot. Faking the shot and try to flip it back up top. They get it once again. This is Kozak. Not a lot of room. Takes the shot from his wrong side. And the physicality continuing to pick up. Kozak sent to the floor. Maybe a little retaliation for going hard to the net there against Downey, but once again, cooler heads prevail. Kozak going to stay out there for another offensive shift. Fakes driving low, trying to come around the double team. Tried to send it over to the righties, but good defense there. And once again, the physicality, this time in the change box. So that means a penalty to New West, which gives us an opportunity to tell you about one of our sponsors. Island Glass and Mirror Limited. With over 6 decades of experience in home and commercial installations, Island Glass has served thousands of homeowners, designers, and builders throughout the greater Vancouver area. From the latest frameless showers to custom mirror and railing projects, you could trust Island Glass and Mirror for all your glazing needs. So here's our first opportunity to look at this Delta power play. There's Richmond with the low to high subber, puts that one wide. Delta currently with the first place power play, coming in at 44% on the night. New West, on the other hand, with the fourth place penalty kill, coming in tonight at 66%. But let's see this number one ranked power play for Delta go to work. Here's Sandberg. Now up top to Ben McDonald, backing up to let the play develop. There's McDonald with the shot from the outside, turned away by Downey. New West trying to get out of their zone before that 8-second count. They get it. There's a 2-on-1 developing if they can get the ball back. Long stretch pass trying to find Richmond. That one well over him and out of play. So New West going to start from their own end, but an easy clear here. Now Ducommon. Trying to kill as much time as possible. Just 45 seconds remaining in their penalty. Ducommon still with it now. Double team, a triple team forming if he can get away from it. 2 seconds on the shot clock. So he'll just dump that one behind the net and head off. Successful kill so far for the Salmonbellies. But 30 seconds to work with on this power play for Delta. It's going to start off with Kozak. Getting himself quickly into position, sending it now over to Richmond. Here's Monroe. Takes the shot. A bit of a surprise angle and scores. Let's take a look at the replay on that one, see how that one went in. A tough angle, just increases a little bit by taking a step to the middle. But Callum Monroe makes this a 2-goal game. Still on the power play, so 1 for 1 on the night, the Islanders are. Ensuing faceoff goes the way of the Salmonbellies. Ball ends up in the corner. This is Lucas Nielsen. Won the faceoff, then went and got the ball himself. He'll send it over to Stewart. Stewart now to Sanderson. Now Guthrie. Bishop trying to work the pick and roll with Guthrie. Decides against it, send it over to Stewart. Here's Guthrie, now fakes, goes underneath, trying to get himself to the net, trying to go over top and turned aside by Washington. Makes another save on the rebound. But as that play developed, physicality picking up once again. But Delta going to head to the box now. And another penalty gives us an opportunity to tell you about another sponsor, this time LA Contracting Limited. They've been serving residential, commercial, and industrial excavation customers in the Metro Vancouver area since 1998, offering complete trucking, hauling, and excavation services, specializing in drainage issues. LA Contracting. First look now at the New West power play coming in the night, tied for third with 39%. The Delta PK, on the other hand, 7th place at 57%. So they're trying to right the ship in terms of their penalty killing statistics at least. Got to get this one quickly over center. They do. Nice breakout pass. Almost a breakaway. Deflected, though. Conrad Squarick doing a lot of the legwork there. He drops it over now to Cam Squarick. Conrad now sends it up top, connecting with Joey DeBon. Just 5 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Good kill so far. Now send it all the way over to the corner. There's a shot on net, turned aside rather easily by Downey, closing the 5-hole. But here comes New West with their second opportunity now on the power play. Ben Stewart, slowly as he waits for his offensive guys to get on the floor. Stewart with it once again. Over to Ducommon. He's got Andre in the corner as well. Now Stewart. 7 seconds to shoot. Ducommon with it once again. Can't get anything going so far. They need to get a shot on net. They get it as the shot clock expires. Not a lot of movement there on the New West power play. And now just 38 seconds remaining to the Delta penalty. Silas Richmond up top, out there for some penalty killing duties. Potential double team coming. Decides against it though. Does the New West defenders. 5 seconds to shoot. Silas Richmond still with it. Looking for a shot lane. Trying to get himself to the middle. Rolls through a triple team. But a good effort there to kill as much time as possible. Here's Bishop now, as that'll pretty much do it here for the Delta penalty. Back to 5-on-5 action. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Nielsen trying to get around a man. Gets pushed back. There's a long shot from the outside. That was Stewart, turned aside nicely by Washington. It's had a strong start to this game. Not a lot of action so far, but to this point at least has been perfect. Reese London now leads for Kozak. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Delta still getting their guys on the floor, but here's another penalty coming up to New West. 5 seconds to shoot. Shot from the outside. That one goes over the net and wide. New West collects, and Delta's going to go back to the power play. Already 1 for 1. Which means it's sponsor time, ladies and gentlemen. Dunbar Lumber Supply is your neighborhood building materials company. They've been supplying Vancouver contractors and homeowners for over 50 years. They carry products from lumber, plywood, and screws to power tools and safety equipment. Dunbar Lumber Supply, Ladner. As mentioned before, the Delta power play already 1 for 1 on the night. They'll try to remain perfect as they go out there with the exact same unit as before. Why wouldn't you? Ben McDonald's going to run quarterback here. He's at the point. Takes the shot. Puts that one wide. Sandberg takes the shot. And Delta now trying to collect the loose ball. Ends up behind the net. The battle continues for it once again. But what an effort there by Callum Monroe. One hand on his stick, comes up with the loose ball. Shot from the outside. That one got blocked once again. That's 4 blocks already in this game for the Salmonbellies. Getting their bodies in front of a lot of these Delta shots. Kozak now in the corner. There's a long shot from the outside. That one got deflected. Here's Kozak on the crease. Gets blown up, though, before he could get a handle on the ball. Kozak once again taking the shot, trying to go 5-hole, but dropping down to his knees is Ryan Downey. He's been strong in this one as well, turning away 13 of 15 shots from Delta. Under a minute now remaining in the Delta power play. Similar position that they were in before on the last one, but they couldn't get a lot going early, but they did get that last second goal as the power play was about to expire. Here's Ben Stewart in the corner trying to kill as much time as possible, spinning away from a double team. Gets a shot from a tough angle. Looked like Washington had a little bit of trouble with it, but does hang on to it either way, and here comes the Delta power play with 20 seconds remaining on it. Richmond. Now over to Monroe. Back to Richmond. There's that big windup. Takes the shot, trying to go low on Downey, as Delta has been for much of this game. Downey sends that one all the way back into the stick of Washington, and that'll do it for the Delta power play. Going to 1 for 2 on the night. Here's Kozak trying to get his hands free. Now spinning underneath, looking for a target. Sends it over to Boma, takes the shot. There's an injured Islander on the floor. Kozak now stuck on defense. Here comes New West trying to go far side. Turned away by Washington, now into the corner. The Islanders player still injured on the floor as we finally get a whistle. Was laying down there for a good 20 seconds before we did get a whistle on the play. The referee's trying to let the fast break for the Salmonbellies develop a little bit, but looks like that's Mitch Sandberg, the captain for the Islanders. Already got that ankle brace on, and he appears to be limping, not putting a ton of weight on it, moving very gingerly and slowly towards the Islanders bench. But hopefully he'll be all right. Don't want to see anybody go down to injury, let alone your captain, Mitch Sandberg. Looked to shake off the limp a little bit as he was getting closer to the bench, so hopefully he just needs to walk this one off. 1:18 remaining now in the first period. Delta still leading New Westminster 2-0. A goal from Silas Richmond and Callum Monroe on the power play. New West wins the faceoff after the injury whistle. This is Sanderson. Now Stewart. Back over to Ducommon. And now here's Andre, the captain for the New Westminster Salmonbellies. Looking for a shot lane. Fakes, trying to go underneath now. Spinning back. Sends it over to Ducommon. He's got a big windup if he wants it. Takes it from his wrong side. Nice shot. Tried to go low to the right side of Braden Washington. This is Keegan Kozak was out there playing some defense off of the faceoff. He gets the loose ball himself and pushes transition quickly. He's got a one-on-one matchup, decides to send it back. Physicality once again picking up in the corner. Fake shot now trying to come over top. There's one from a tough angle and scores! Reese Portillas ends up on his wrong side, but shoots through some legs and goes 5-hole on Ryan Downey. You could hear Downey get a piece of it, but Portillas just put a little extra onto it. And now with 25 seconds remaining in the first period, Delta stretches their lead to 3. Ensuing faceoff now, originally won by the Islanders. Here's the double team though. Can they get out of it? They do. But there's the 10-second count going against Delta off the faceoff. Or rather, they're going to call timeout. My mistake. Heads up play there by the coaching staff. Kyle Goundry, the head coach for the Delta Islanders, assistant coach Justin Doucette. Goundry down there, drawing up a play for his offensive unit. With 13.3 seconds remaining in this first period, I would imagine they're going to bring Washington to the bench and go 6-on-5 and just hold for one shot on net. Looks like they will, as there's Washington hanging out at the open gate now. Richmond, Portillas, McDonald, Kozak, and DeBon. Your 6-man offensive unit here for the Islanders. Going to start up top. Mitch Sandberg's back out there, so he looks to be okay. He's the 6th man. Here's Kozak now. 1 second to shoot. Can they get it off in time? They don't! Just as the buzzer was going, Ben McDonald. New West not super happy about the last second shot there, but as we've seen a couple times now, cooler heads will prevail, and that'll do it now for the opening period of this matchup between the Delta Islanders and the New Westminster Salmonbellies. Delta leading this one 3-0 after 20 minutes. We'll be back in about 10. Welcome back inside the Ladner Leisure Center, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set here for second period action between the Junior A Delta Islanders playing host here to the New Westminster Salmonbellies. The Islanders leading this one 3-0 after the opening 20 minutes. Your goal scorers, Reese Portillas, Callum Monroe, and Silas Richmond in no particular order. No goals on the board so far for the New Westminster Salmonbellies. Braden Washington was perfect in net for the Islanders, stopping 14 of 14 available shots. Meanwhile, his counterpart, Ryan Downey, solid at the other end, stopping 14 of 17 available shots. Opening faceoff now underway. Second period action as we get going here. The faceoff won by the Salmonbellies, and unlike the first period, they're going to get the first offensive set of the period. This is Kai George trying to connect in the corner with Sanderson. Now sends it over to Andre. Andre, big windup from the outside, turned away by Washington. Handled well, long breakout pass attempt. And they do connect into the stick of Will Carrier. Now Keegan Kozak. Kozak leaves for Richmond. How many times have those two connected for goals so far in this season and over their career? They're out on the floor together once again. Kozak now in the corner, looking for Richmond on the crease, and scores! Silas Richmond with his second goal of the game off of the beautiful feed from Keegan Kozak. Ryan Downey just could not get to the crease in time. And in the opening minute of the second period, Silas Richmond makes this a 4-0 game early. Ensuing faceoff ends up in the stick of Sanderson for the New Westminster Salmonbellies. He signals for his guys to slow things down as their offensive players get onto the floor. Here's Dukeman. But turnover, or potential turnover, now ends up back in the stick of the Salmonbellies. What an effort here on the loose ball by Reese Portillas. He gets away from a double team. He might take this himself, takes the shot, puts it wide. But a heads-up play there by Conrad Skwarek to send the New West defender back into the crease. So Delta gets another possession here. And here comes Richmond back on the floor. He's already got 2 in this game. Long shot from the outside, that by Mitch Sandberg. Good to see he's all right after that lower body injury in the first period. Kozak just could not get a handle on the loose ball in the corner there. Here's Richmond, though. Nice hands to pick that one off momentarily. Ends up back in the stick of Downey in his crease. There's the 8-second count against New West. Good pressure there for the Islanders. Yeah, here's Monroe. Finds a streaking. That was Ben McDonald cutting right through the middle. No defender on him. But here's now a 2-on-1 for the Salmonbellies. Taking a shot, trying to go under the arm, and they do. Aiden Hinson gets one back for New West. Let's take a look at this one on the BC Sports TV replay. From his wrong side of the floor, Braden Washington just half a second behind the shot coming out of the stick of Hinson in transition. And just moments after Richmond made this a 4-0 game, New West gets one back almost immediately, and we have a 3-goal game once again. Battle for the loose ball off of the ensuing faceoff. This is Sanderson trying to do the one-hand pickup, ends up back in the stick in the crease now of Washington. Tries to lob it to his target. Picked off momentarily by Kai George. And now here comes New West again with more or less a fresh 30, now 22 seconds remaining. Here's Dukeman. Now over to Stewart, big windup, takes the shot, trying to go low, stick side on Washington. That one didn't hit the target, though. It comes back over center. So free clear here for the Islanders. Going to start into the stick of Sandberg, the captain for these Islanders. Now over to Portillas. He's got the shot. No rebound, though. Handled nicely by Downey. Sent it all the way up to Dondwar. Dondwar now finds Dukeman. Now over to Stewart. Kip Guthrie over to Dukeman now. Just 7 seconds to shoot. Can Dukeman find a lane? Spinning around a man. Now trying to body his way through. That one goes way out of play, though. Might have taken a whack on the hands as he was getting set to release. Long breakout pass there, trying to connect with Kozak. Had to dive for that one, but just could not contain it. And New West going to get another offensive set here off the turnover. Here comes Kai George. Finds a streaking Andre trying to use his body to get through. He'll spin away now into the corner. 17 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Finds Sanderson. Sanderson's got a little bit of room. Tries to go underneath, fakes the shot, takes the shot! Turned away by Washington. Sanderson having to tiptoe the crease there. Good effort, but Washington gets the better of that. Here comes Monroe now. Slowly into position. There's the one-handed draw pass now over to the lefties. Nice move by Sandberg. Toe drag underneath. Tried to bounce it through. That one might have connected with Downey and out of play because they're going to say the ball is going to stay in possession of the Islanders. Here's Kozak with a bit of a jumper. Almost trickled through underneath the Downey. Just getting enough of it with his heel. You don't see a lot of jump shots here in the indoor game, but Kozak gets that one off. But here comes New West once again. Dukeman now. Trying to come over top of the screen. He'll send it over to Stewart now into the corner. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Here comes McDonald now over to Stewart. Just could not handle that pass. Still bobbling it here. Bishop now over to Dukeman. Takes the long shot from the outside. That one goes wide and out of play. Another free clear here for the Islanders as they've had a few in this second period. Reese Portillas. Now into the corner for Richmond. Quick stick on the crease and scores! How about that feed from Silas Richmond? As the Delta Islanders reclaim the 4-goal lead, now 5-1. Another quick stick, Johnny on the spot goal. I'll have to take a look at the box score. I couldn't quite get a look at the number on that one to see who the goal scorer was. The initial feed, though, coming from the other side of the crease from Silas Richmond. He's having a monstrous game in terms of points at least. Got three points in this one, 2 goals and an apple to go along with it. Big part of this 5-1 lead that the Islanders have hung on to. Interference call against the Islanders, so New West going to get a fresh 30 here. Here's Dukeman now into the corner. Finds Bishop. Dukeman trying to go over top and just could not bury. He's got a lot of net there. Delayed call now. Looks like it's going to go against Dukeman. What a turn of events. Almost scores a goal. Instead, going to be heading to the penalty box. But another penalty gives us another opportunity to tell you about one of our sponsors. The Sundance Palace, located on Ladner Trunk Road in East Ladner. The Sundance Pub offers great all-day breakfast on the weekends and daily food specials during the week. On-site liquor store where Bud is always on sale. The Sundance Pub. this Delta power play. Already 1 for 2 on the night. This first place Delta power play, I should specify. Look at the shot total so far. Delta with 24 on net in the early stages of this second period. New West with just 11 of their own. Got to get something going here offensively. Currently trying to kill penalty time, though. So they'll be just content with winding the clock down. This is Bishop battling through a double team. Just 3 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Getting just cornered. There's the loose ball. No interference call as the shot clock winds down. Skwarek sends it over to Richmond. Richmond leaves for Ben McDonald, now into the corner for Kozak. Up top to Sandberg. Here's Richmond once again, looking for the hat trick goal. Trying to go short side. Easy save, though, for Downey. And now quickly, here comes Ben Sonnen. He's going to slow up and look for a target for a pass. Rightfully so, exhausted after some penalty killing time. But here's Bishop out there once again for some PK unit on the offensive work in the two-man game with Andre, who loses a glove. Stewart now trying to get his hands free for a shot, spinning around his defender now with one hand. Can he get through? Takes a high shot, gets a shot off, but the bouncer goes out of play. Now with 19 seconds remaining on this Delta power play, they'll try to get one more good offensive set here. Going to start things off with Ben McDonald. McDonald now over to Sandberg, over to Kozak, back to Sandberg. Kozak tried to connect with Portillas. Richmond, though, gets flattened trying to go over the loose ball. One hand on his stick, keeping it alive. Delta power play now 1 for 3 on the night. Here's Portillas. That shot got deflected and out of play, so Delta's going to remain on the offensive. McDonald over to Richmond. Richmond now over to Kozak. Could have taken the shot, decides against it. Twister pass back to Richmond now, 20 seconds to shoot. Fakes the shot into the corner. Taking the shot this time, though. And scoring! Ben McDonald found a little bit of daylight on Ryan Downey. Let's take a look at the replay on this one. Once again, a tough angle, but just puts a little more muscle on it than Ryan Downey was anticipating. And the lead is now 6-1 with 11:45 remaining in the second period. Doucette back out there for face-off duty now, going up against Jacob Stewart. Stewart just bodying Doucette, and New West comes up with the loose ball. Here's Sanderson. Can he beat? No, he cannot beat Washington. Getting his arm out to get just enough of it. And here come the Islanders back out there for another offensive set. Shots 26-12 now, approaching the midway point of the second period. Here's Richmond out there once again with the ball. 10 seconds to shoot. Fakes the shot, trying to go underneath, looking for a lane. There's the flip pass. Deflected, though. Big hit, though, as bodies continue to go flying. New West quickly in transition, but they'll slow up, waiting to get the right players on the floor. Stewart now sends it over to Dukeman. Now this is Guthrie trying to back off his defender, sends it now over to Stewart. Here's Dukeman, fakes the shot, now tries to go underneath. 9 seconds to shoot. Here comes a double team for Delta. Dukeman gets the shot off, though, puts it wide. Delta battles for the loose ball. Can't come up with it yet, though. But there's the shot clock violation called by the official, and Delta gets the clear over center. Here's Portillas, back to Richmond. Feels like those two have been out there for half of this game already. Richmond with a little bit of room. Can he get the shot off? He does! Swallowed well by Downey. Squeezing that one in the midsection. Quickly, though, here comes Nolan Regazzi. Regazzi over to Andre, wearing the C for this new Westminster Salmonbellies squad. Now Sanderson fakes the shot, trying to go underneath, now comes back, swings it over to the righties. Guthrie looking for a lane. Takes the shot and scores. Kip Guthrie gets one back for New West. Nice movement here by the New West offense to go back and forth from lefties to righties. Ultimately ends up in the stick of Kip Guthrie and buries almost from his wrong side of the floor, but goes across the body of Braden Washington. And the lead is cut to 4, 6-2 now with 9:53 to go in the second. Doucette once again won the initial clamp but can't win the loose ball. As Stewart looks for a little bit of room. He takes some contact, but he'll head to the bench now. Dukeman right back out there using his body to drive. Takes the shot. Gets forced down to the ground and slides through the crease. That's got to be a scary body coming at you if you're the goaltender in net, but everyone looks to be all right. Here's Silas Richmond now for the Islanders. 15 seconds on the shot clock. There's a shot from the outside. That one put wide, coming out of the stick of Ben McDonald. This is Kozak now, looking for a little room, getting himself to the crease. Takes the shot, no goal though. Kozak a little slow to get up. He looks to be all right. See if we can take a look at the replay there. So we will catch just the last glimpse of that. Puts that through the legs of Ryan Downey, but ends up in the crease before it crosses the line. So no goal, says the official. It looks like we're going to get a wipe on the floor down in Delta's crease. Got to make sure all our goalies here are safe. Don't want anyone pulling any muscles or anything, so good job there by the trainer for the Delta Islanders getting out there with the towel. Ball's going to start in the New West defensive end into the stick of Andrew Bishop. He'll start things off quickly, getting over center just now. 9 minutes remaining now in this second period. Delta still leading this one 6-2. Reed Hines McDonald trying to battle for this one. There's a shot from the outside, a low riser from Drew Andre. Here's Stewart with the screenshot, squeezing that one between his arm and his body is Braden Washington. Nice save there. Probably his toughest test of the night so far. Here's Skwarek. Leaves this one for McDonald. Cutting through the crease, getting a shot off net on net. That was Connor Boma. Oh, big hit there in the corner. Reese Portillas. But the defender just looked up in time. Portillas got a lot of contact there, but could have been a lot worse. Here comes New West, though, quickly in transition, short side wide. And that one ends up in the New West bench. Did it deflect off of a Delta stick? The official says no, Delta ball. Here's Richmond with it now slowly into the offensive end. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 7:53 to go in the period. Richmond with a little bit of room, looking for some space. Finds a man on the crease, puts that one just wide. Here comes New West. Partial breakaway, takes the shot and scores. Back-to-back goals now for the New Westminster Salmonbellies. As that was Quinn Ridley. Off of the feed from Aiden Hinson. A 2-on-1 turned into a breakaway. And Quinn Ridley, the recipient of that one. The lead is now 6-3 in favor of the Islanders. Another face-off win, at least the clamp for Doucette. He takes a high hit as he ends up with the ball. Trying to get away from a little bit of pressure. One hand. Here comes the double team. Almost a triple team. Ridley's right back out there after scoring that latest goal. Kai George now slowing up. Here's Dukeman trying to find Ridley on the crease, almost going back-to-back goals was Ridley. Braden Washington gets the better of that one, sends the long breakout pass to Noah Wicket. Wicket leaves for Richmond. As both teams have traded 2-goal runs in this period so far. Here's Monroe looking for some space. Almost picked apart that top right corner. Just put it wide though. And as that one crosses over center, New West gets the free clear. They're going to start things off in the corner with Reed Hines McDonald. Here's Bishop. Sends it over to Stewart. Stewart with a little bit of room. He sends it over to Dukeman now into the corner for Andre. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Andre looking for some room, trying to drive his way through. Sends it over to Stewart. Goes underneath. Takes the surprise shot. Nice save, though, by Washington. Just gets his left shoulder up to put that one out of play. Fresh 30 for the Salmonbellies. Bishop gets the shot. Big rebound into the corner. Andre battles for that one, but it goes out of play. Andre starting things off, working the two-man game with Dukeman as they go lefty strong. Dukeman now, here's Stewart. Stewart getting through, takes the shot, trying to go 5-hole. That one almost trickled through Washington, but he spins and gets his stick on it. Loose ball battle continues, but Delta comes up with it. Almost put that one into the penalty box, but Chase Miller grabs it and sends it now over to Portillas. Portillas with a little bit of room takes that shot once again, trying to pick that top right corner, but just wide as they did on their last possession. New West with the free clear, and they'll take it. 5:35 remaining in the second period. Delta still leading this one 6-3. Ridley sends it over to Dukeman. Dukeman trying to go through a couple of defenders. Now Ben Stewart looking for some room. There's Bishop taking the shot. That one got deflected. But back over, says the official. So Conrad Skwarik's going to start things off, it looks like. But the ball's behind the Delta net, so he'll have to go all the way back to his defensive end and grab it. Scratch that. He's going to head to the bench and leave for Ben McDonald. Just get the offensive guys on the floor and let them go to work. As Ben McDonald carries into the offensive zone. Over to Kozak, gets the shot off. That one went wide. Kozak going to continue to battle for it. Can he come up with it? No, at least not yet. 2 versus 2 behind the net, but Ryan Downey shuts down any thoughts of a fresh 30 for the Islanders. Here's Pattison now for the Bellies. Sends it over to Kip Guthrie, and now here comes Dukeman once again. Dukeman trying to drive, gets through a couple of defenders. Can he get a shot off? Does take the shot. Right shoulder save, though, by Washington. But delayed call against the Islanders. Which means we get an opportunity to tell you about another one of our sponsors, West Shore Terminals. Operating since 1970 in Port Metro, Vancouver, West Shore is the terminal of choice for North American raw material exporters. West Shore Terminals. The New West power play 0 for 1 so far in this game. Just their second opportunity coming. Drew Andre is going to run quarterback here as he waits for Braden Washington to head back to his crease. He'll get there now. But Drew Andre running quarterback on this power play. He's got Dukeman, Bishop, Ben Stewart, and Reed Hines McDonald out there on this power play unit. Stewart over to Andre. Now Dukeman. Coming over top, sends it over to Stewart. Back to Dukeman. Takes the shot, goes wide. Stick side on Washington. Fast break opportunity now. Partial breakaway if they hurry. Big hit, though. As we now have an injured Islander on the floor. It's Cam Skwarek. Got sent flying into the boards. That's a scary sight. He's not moving a ton. No penalty was called initially on the play. We'll see what happens here, but certainly a delicate situation. That's Cam Skwarek in the corner. Conrad Skwarek sitting in the box now as he tried to come to the defense. Getting to his feet now slowly. Looks to be walking okay. So I'm wondering if it's an upper body injury. Might have hit his head on the boards as he was sliding through. That was big contact. Hopefully he'll be all right. But with the help of teammate and trainer, he'll get to the bench now. Not going to go down the tunnel just yet, taking a seat on the bench, so hopefully he'll be okay, but Delta ending up with another penalty out of that play. So down a man and down an injured man and down another man in the penalty box. 5-on-3 for the Salmonbellies. They're going to go 4-on-3 with a trailer way up top for loose balls. Here's Andre over to Stewart. Back to Andre, looking for a shot lane. Takes the shot. Nice save by Washington. He grabs the loose ball himself. New West collects the loose ball before Delta can get it over center, though. Here's Dukeman now. He'll slow things down. 25 seconds on the fresh 30. Andre right back out there. He'll flip over for Dukeman, now over to Stewart. New West has got to get the guys on the floor. They get their last man now. Here's Dukeman. 12 to shoot. Back over to Stewart. Fakes the pass over to Dukeman. Just playing pass up top. Here's Stewart. Takes the shot and scores! Stick side low. Ben Stewart makes this a 2-goal game, 6-4 now. What a rocket of a shot. As that'll do it for one penalty out of the two. New West improving now to 1-2, or 1-4-2 rather. See if they can continue to improve that record on the night. Doucette, as he has most of this night, wins the clamp, but the loose ball goes initially in favor of New West, but the battle continues. Doucette right in the middle of the battle, but loses that one. Bodies flying all over the place. One going in front of the bench this time, but here comes Delta on an offensive set. Short-handed, 45 seconds remaining in their penalty. 2:43 remaining in the second period, still leading this one 6-4. The shots have certainly evened out in this one. What was once a blowout in terms of shots for Delta, after that one, is now just a 9-shot difference. Going to be 30-21 after that last Delta shot, but here's Drew Andre with 15 to shoot now, still on the power play with just 10 seconds remaining. Can they get a shot up? They do, and they score. No goal, though. What a move by Axel Sanderson. Crease violation, though, says the official. And that'll do it for the New West power play, as they're now 1 for 3 on the night. See if Delta can get back to their offense that was firing on all cylinders early in this one. Richmond almost had another opportunity on the crease. That one picked off, though, by Kai George. He's had a good game defensively in this one so far. Now over to Dukeman. Ben Stewart. Here's Reed Hines McDonald. He got a shot off. Ball ends up in the corner. He'll battle for it himself, but Delta comes up with it. Stretch pass now connecting with Reese London on his wrong side of the floor. He'll look for a target to flip to. Finds Portillas. He's got a little bit of room. No defender on him. Fakes the shot. Takes the shot. What a save. There's another opportunity turned aside by Ryan Downey. No defender went to Reese Portillas. He took that one to the net himself. Look at another opportunity. One-handed. Turned aside by Ryan Downey once again. Just a flurry of saves by Downey. Shot after shot after shot for the Islanders. But they cannot get one past that goal line, and New West has another offensive set here. This is Bishop. Sends it over to Stewart. 9 seconds to shoot. Here's Dukeman now. Trying to come around to check. He's pressured way up high. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Stewart once again. Fakes, tries to go underneath. Puts that one well wide and ends up out of play. Now 29.3 seconds remaining. That'll do it for the 30-second clock. We'll see if Delta is just content with hanging on to this one once again. As there goes Washington to the net. They'll go 6-on-5 as they did at the end of the first period. 10 seconds now. Richmond sends it over to Portillas. Now into the corner. 5 seconds to shoot. Kozak and over to Portillas. He's got a little bit of room. Takes a shot. Nice save by Downey. And that'll do it for the second period. What a comeback here for the New Westminster Salmonbellies, who battle back to make this a 2-goal game after being held off the score sheet in the first period. We'll be back in about 10 minutes for third period action in this matchup between the Islanders and the Salmonbellies. Do not go anywhere. You're watching BC Sports TV. Once again, welcome inside the Ladner Leisure Center, ladies and gentlemen, in this matchup, this third period now matchup between the Junior A Delta Islanders taking on the Junior A New Westminster Salmonbellies. The Islanders leading this one 6-4 after 40 minutes of play. Delta being led offensively by none other than Silas Richmond and Keegan Kozak. Richmond with 2 and 2 for 4 points. Kozak with 3 assists on the night. On the New West side of things, both Ben Stewart and Aiden Hinson matching each other with 1 goal and 1 assist. Both goalies strong in that second period. Washington for Delta stopping 26 of 30 in total. And Downey for New West stopping 26 of 32. Opening whistle underway for the third period as a late surge of offense for the Salmonbellies look to have caught the Islanders a little bit by surprise. They're going to try to get back to their offensive ways as they did through much of the first period. They get their first offensive set here. Can they get a shot on net? Flip pass trying to connect with Kozak just out of his reach. 5 seconds to shoot now. There's one from the outside, put well wide. And back over center just as the shot clock expires. Ends up all the way back in the stick of Braden Washington. As mentioned before, Washington stopping 26 of 30 in this game. Delta outshooting New West 33-22. But lead by just 2. Here's Dukeman trying to get the shot off. Nice save, back-to-back saves, rather, by Washington, sliding to his left. Get a piece of that one. And now here come the Islanders once again wearing these beautiful special edition orange jerseys. They had a pregame ceremony to celebrate the festivities that went on yesterday as part of their Indigenous Day. Nice save there from Ryan Downey, and New West gets the clear over center quickly. This is Evan Pattison, one of the assistant captains for the Salmonbellies. He'll leave now for Bishop. Bishop working with Andre. Swing pass now over to the lefties. There's a shot from the outside. That one put wide, though. And that's back over. Dukeman going to stay and play a little bit of defense now, as he might be stuck. Big body, though. He'll be all right. Might get an opportunity to head to the bench. He will now, but here's Silas Richmond trying to go underneath, looking for his hat-trick goal. Spinning flip pass, ends up behind the net. And here comes that quick transition of the Salmonbellies. This is Glanville. Now over to Guthrie, sorry. Guthrie working the two-man game with Bishop. Just could not connect on the crease. Bishop ends up with it once again. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Stewart working with Sanderson. Two-man game. Takes the shot from the outside. That one might have gotten deflected, but Sanderson showing off his hands. One hand on his stick. But it ends up in front of the New Westminster Salmonbellies bench. Portillas now with the fresh 30 for the Islanders, backpedaling his way into the offensive zone. He'll send it up to Monroe. Monroe swing pass now over to the lefties. This is Connor Boma. Over to Kozak. Boma's going to go in and try to set a screen. Shot well wide by Kozak and out of play. Might have hit the dasher on the boards and went straight up. Either way, fresh clear and fresh 30 now for the Bellies. Here's Dukeman. He's got a goal in this one already. In tight to Andre. Andre sent into the boards. No call, though, on the interference, and here comes Delta now over center. Here's Richmond. Richmond looking for a target. Might have lost his mouth guard. Something fell on the floor there at his feet. Shot by Kozak. That one turned aside. Just getting a piece of it was Ryan Downey. Just his second shot of the period so far. Some physicality behind the play right in front of the benches. Richmond was getting held up before he could make his way onto the bench. 10 seconds to shoot now. Here's Stewart trying to go around his man. Gets the shot off, swallowed nicely. No rebound, Braden Washington. Strong start to this period. Here come the Islanders. One-handed snag. Good job there by Connor Boma to get his hands on that one. Boma with it once again, just playing pass up top with Will Carrier. Now here's Monroe. Looking for a lane to go underneath. 10 seconds to shoot. Monroe still with it, sends it over to Boma. Can he get a shot off? He does. A bit of a bouncer off the chest of Downey. Fresh 30 now for the Islanders. Here's Kozak in the corner. Kozak trying to go underneath. Diving across the crease. But the ref says he stepped down. Kozak having some words behind the play. The referees separate those two. Still 6-4 for the Islanders. 15:24 to play in this third period, as the Salmonbellies continue to try to mount this comeback in Delta's home barn. Dukeman trying to spin underneath, gets free, takes a shot. Nice shoulder save by Washington. Standing his ground and getting his arm up. Both of these goaltenders have had some big saves, especially in the second half of this game. Referees calling for a wipe now in the New West defensive end. Trainer just getting some direction from the officials, but she'll head down now to the New West zone. Because I got to imagine that's a wipe coming from that last Kozak crease dive. Shots 36-25 in favor of the Islanders. As mentioned before, still leading this one 6-4, awaiting our first goal of the third period. And still with 3 sponsors to go in this one. Let's take this little bit of delay to tell you about another one of our sponsors. This time, Billy's Barbershop. Billy's is a gathering place not only to get a haircut, but also to engage in friendly banter, have a laugh, trade gossip, and maybe make new friends. A relaxed and friendly environment comes with a great cut with every visit. A vintage place for those who care about their hair. Back at it now with Delta getting an offensive set. 15 seconds to shoot. Ends up on the floor in front of the crease. Quinn Ridley ends up with the loose ball. Richmond, though, applying a lot of pressure. Will they get the 8-second count? No, they get it over just in time, but a turnover. Good pressure there from the Islanders' forecheck. Here's Richmond trying to get around his check, looking for a lane. Defended well by Quinn Ridley. Richmond gets the triple team. 15 seconds now on the shot clock. Boma. Richmond got sent flying. He's slow to get to his feet. Looks to be all right, as there was a shot that went well wide now and back over center. So another free clear here for New West with 14:14 to go now in the third period. Kip Guthrie sent it into the corner. Interference call, though, against Conrad Skwarek. So once again, another fresh 30 here for the Salmonbellies. Still looking to come back in this game. Here's Dukeman. Now Guthrie once again. He started off the offense. We have an injured New Westminster Salmonbelly on the floor. That's Sanderson grasping his head. Didn't quite see what happened there, but he's just getting to his feet now. Very slowly. No penalty on the play. He looks to be all right, at least for now, as he's slowly making his way to the bench under his own will, so that's good to see. Might have taken a high hit there as he was grabbing his head on the floor. He's going to head towards the tunnel to get checked out, but hopefully he's all right, because he is so important to this New West offense. They're going to go for a face-off after that. And the ball ends up in the stick of Glanville for New West. So here they come once again. Ben Stewart getting around a couple of defenders. Nice move there to sidestep the double team. Here's Dukeman. Big windup, fakes it, gets himself to the middle, takes the shot. That one goes high and wide. Back over center there, though. So there's the back over call against the Islanders. Good defensive set for them. Here's Keegan Kozak now over to Richmond. Glad to see he's all right after getting a little banged up on his last shift. Back over to Kozak now. Still without a goal is Kozak in this game. 3 assists, though, on the night. Once again, this game continuing to get chippy. Guys throwing extra whacks after every shot and whistle. But still not a lot of penalties in this one. Both power plays 1 for 3 on the night, despite the chippiness. Here's Skwarek. Now leads for Boma. There's the slow bounce pass over to Richmond. Right back out there. Big windup, fakes the shot, sends it over behind the net, trying to take the sharp angle shot from behind the net. Turned aside easily, though, by Downey. After letting in a couple tough angle shots, he seems to handle that one pretty well. 20 seconds now on the shot clock. Here's Boma trying to go underneath. Fake the flip pass, tried to get his way onto the crease. Now trying to spin through the middle. Loses the ball, though. Ends up back in the corner. Delta grabs the loose ball. There's a wide shot from the outside. Ends up in the net. How did that one go in? A squeaker from Joey DeBon, his second of the game. Ryan Downey thought he had it. So did I. But a trickler ends up over the goal line coming from the stick of Joey DeBon. And the lead is now stretched to 3 with 12:12 to play in this third period. Can Delta hang on? Can New West continue to mount their comeback? Let's find out. Ben Stewart with the loose ball off of the ensuing face-off win from New West. Kip Guthrie looking for a lane. He takes the screen shot, turned aside by Washington into the corner. Ben Stewart ends up with it. Bishop now sends it over to Andre. Andre backpedaling, looking to gain some speed. Takes the screen shot, trying to go 5-hole, but just squeezing his stick up against his leg. Braden Washington. Important save there after an important goal for the Islanders. Kozak now sends it into the corner. Here's Boma. There's a shot from the outside, and getting tackled as he shot was Ben McDonald. Here's Richmond now still looking for his third of the game. That one turned aside by Downey. Delta with another fresh 30 off of that loose ball. Now here's Boma. Trying to get into the middle, taking the shot. Nice save, though, by Downey. That one from Callum Monroe. Monroe's going to stay out there and play a little defense as he applies some pressure here. Regazzi spinning away from that check. Now Monroe's going to head to the bench. Here's Dukeman now for New West. Now Bishop in the corner, working the two-man game, trying to connect with Guthrie. Just out of his reach. But Washington, long breakout pass all the way up to Reese Portillas. He's got a goal in this one. Big goal in the first period for Portillas. He's got it once again. Delta tried the hidden ball trick there. Didn't work. Portillas now in the corner. Sidestepping his man. Gets through a double team. Can he get himself to the crease? He does. Gets the shot off. Couple hacks and whacks as he gets there. But here's that pressure once again by Delta, but they are going to sit for 2. New West going right back to the power play, which means we get to tell you about another one of our lovely sponsors here on BC Sports TV. Composite is an industry leader in the design, engineering, manufacturing, and supply of corrosion-resistant fiberglass, reinforced plastic, and advanced composites. From pipes and fittings, ducting and stacks, tanks and vessels, to custom fabrication, at Composite, we pride ourselves on exceptional service. Behind our quality products, you will find a team of dedicated professionals. Thank you very much, Composite Inc. Just getting things sorted here with the New West power play, but they're ready to go to work here with just under 10 to go now in the third period, down by 3, and their power play 1 for 3 on the night. We'll see what they can draw up here. Here's Bishop. Sent it over to Stewart, who just bobbled the pass. Long stretch breakout. Connecting with Will Carrier. He's got a man in front now. Here's a breakaway. Takes the shot. Nice save by Downey. Turning aside, Cam Skwarek with a shorthanded breakaway. Not what the Salmonbellies want to see early in this one, but they get bailed out by Ryan Downey, and they'll get another offensive set here on the power play. Bishop and Stewart just playing pass back and forth up top. Bishop now sends it over to Dukeman. Back to Bishop, now Stewart. Bishop winds up, takes the shot, trying to go over the shoulder of Washington, and that one went high and wide. Crosses back over center. So here's a free clear for the Junior A Islanders. Kozak out there with Ben McDonald. Came into this game, McDonald did. The league leader in goals with 25 goals in 9 games played. He's got one tonight, putting him up to 26. Kozak with it now. Trying to break away from a double team. Can he get his way to the net himself? He does. Takes the shot. Takes some contact too and goes back at his defender. Kozak not happy about this one, but here comes Glanville the other way on a breakaway. Takes a shot and scores! Ezra Glanville. Goes on the breakaway and buries, going low that time on Braden Washington. As Kozak was behind the play, mixing it up a little bit. Not too happy about the contact that he took. But smart play by the New West defender to try to stay out of it and let Glanville go away on the breakaway. 2-goal game now, 7-5. Delta leads this one. And here comes New West after improving to 2 for 4 on the night on their power play. Here comes Dukeman coming around to screen. Swing pass now over to Stewart. Stewart looking to get free. Can he shake his defender? No, he'll send it over to Andre now with 5 to shoot. Andre, screen shot, try to go short side. That one went wide. Another free clear here for the Islanders. But what can they make of it? They got a lucky bounce from that Joey DeBon goal, the squeaker that went through Ryan Downey. Let's see if they can come up with something else now. Here's Richmond. 16 seconds to shoot. On the crease, nice save there by Downey. Getting his shoulder up, but here comes Glanville once again. One-on-one against Richmond. Richmond might be stuck out there playing some defense. He'll head to the bench now, as does Glanville. Bishop sends it up to Dukeman. 7:30 remaining in this one. Dukeman trying to drive, spins around a man. Can he get through? Still has the ball. Ends up in the crease with a defender all over him. Dukeman using that big frame of his to drive the net. But the referee's going to call for a wipe here once again, as bodies dropped through that crease. Certainly dangerous for the goalkeepers if it is a little bit wet there. Nobody wants to see a goalie pull something after a situation like that. But here comes Keegan Kozak. Looks like he's going to start off the possession in his own crease. Kozak so dangerous from everywhere on the floor. He can drive, he can shoot, he can pass. As we saw that incredible feed on Richmond's second goal of the game way back in the second period. Richmond not on the floor for this possession, but Kozak is. He's got the ball right now, looking for a lane. He'll send it now into the corner. Here's Boma. Boma thought about the flip pass, sent it over to the right and said, there's a shot by Kozak, put that one short side wide. And just as the shot clock winds down, here comes New West. Slowly getting this one. Will they get this one over center? Yes, they will, just in time with a second to spare. Guthrie takes the high hit. He's on the floor now. He'll draw a penalty. There's a nice save by Washington. And after just scoring on the power play, New West is going to go right back to it, which allows us to tell you about our final sponsor of the game, Extreme Threads, your one-stop shop for customized team or company apparel, embroidery, screen printing, designs, and sublimated team uniforms. Now offering tents, banners, flags, decals, signs, and so much more. What else could you need? They got it. Check them out online, Extreme Threads. As we get another look here now at the New West power play, 2 for 4 on the night. See what they can come up with. Andre running quarterback once again. Here's Dukeman, back to Andre. Stewart with a little bit of room, takes the shot and scores. Ben Stewart takes the shot from the outside. Andre backs his way into the shooter position, gets a little bit of room for Stewart, who comes over top of a defender. And all of a sudden, the lead is just 1. 3 for 5 on the power play, New West is. Special teams playing a huge factor in this game. Loose ball off of the ensuing faceoff goes out of play, so Keegan Kozak going to get the fresh start here. Big hit by a New West defender, but he's going to sit for at least 2 off the charging call. Looks to be Kai George who's going to go and sit. I believe he hit Ben McDonald, if I'm not mistaken, who's walking his way. He got up on his own after being initially a little bit slow to get up, but he looks to be okay. He'll stay out there for an offensive possession. Glad to see he's all right, as there's been a ton of physical play in this game. But once again, cooler heads prevail. Delta's going to take the power play here. Got to get something going offensively. There's been just a ton of momentum in favor for New West. McDonald takes the shot, put that one wide. Here's Richmond looking for his third. Nice save by Downey. Just getting this one over center. Once again with just a second to spare. Nice hands, though, by McDonald to pick that one off. With one hand on his stick, he'll slow things up and wait for his power play unit to get back on the floor. Here's Kozak. Kozak once again back up top. Swing pass over to Richmond. He'll load it up, finds a man on the crease, taking a shot and scoring. Joey DeBon on the power play. But how about that feed from Silas Richmond? Sells everybody on the shot with that big windup, but turns it into a pass, and Joey DeBon, his third goal of the game, the recipient of an incredible feed, and Delta's lead is back up to 2. Face-off win here by New West. They'll grab the loose ball. Here comes Dukeman now slowly over center. 18 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Dukeman trying to come around. He'll tuck underneath. Can he get through his defender? Not quite. Flip pass, though, all the way onto the crease. Stewart back up top, takes a shot. That one goes wide and ends up behind the net. And that'll pretty much do it for the shot clock. Cleaned up by Washington as the clock was about to expire. But here comes the Islanders in transition. Will Carrier getting away from a little bit of pressure. And here's Richmond right back out there after creating that last goal from an incredible feed. Richmond looking to get his hands free. Now here's Kozak with it. 6 to shoot. He'll take the shot, trying to go short side low once again. Nice save, though, by Downey, and out of play. So fresh 30 for the Islanders. Kozak going to start off in the corner. Kozak over to Monroe. Now here's McDonald. He drew that last penalty against New West that turned into a power play goal. But here comes New West. Halen Rasmussen. Now over to Guthrie. He'll slow up and leave now for Dukeman. Thought about going underneath. He's got a little bit of room. Takes the shot. Trying to go 5-hole on Washington. There's a backhanded shot. What a save by Washington. That was Guthrie with the second chance opportunity, throwing it behind his back. But Washington gets the better of that one. A failed flip pass, though, from Reese London. The one-handed behind the back toe drag from Reese Portillas. What a move. Can you tell he's having fun out there? Wow, takes a big hit, though, as a result. He'll slowly jog his way towards the bench. What a move. But here comes Glanville, another breakaway. Takes the shot off the crossbar. Ezra Glanville looking for his second goal of the game on a breakaway. Puts it off iron. Kozak sends it over to Richmond. 2:48 to play now in the third period. Delta still leading this one 8-6. Boma sends it over to Portillas. Now here's Richmond. Trying to get a little bit of room. One hand on his stick. Can't handle the loose ball. Can he get a shot off? He does. Takes a big hit, though. Richmond slow to get up after getting slammed into the boards. Looking to be limping his way to the bench. Hopefully he's all right. But a fresh 30 coming up now for the Salmonbellies. They're going to start things off in the stick of Bishop. Here's Dukeman. Still down by 2. Trying to put that one wide. That one goes out of play. Doucette switches hands and sends it up to a man in transition. Can they get a shot off? They'll decide against it. That's Jaden LeBurge. He'll lead now for DeBon. 3 goals on the night for Joey DeBon, including the latest one. Richmond back onto the floor. Good to see he's all right after taking some contact. He's got it right now. Fakes the shot, takes the shot, puts that one wide. That one bounces and goes into the penalty box. So now under 2 to play. New West is going to get the free clear at center. Kip Guthrie going to start things up way up top. He'll send it over to Andre. Andre getting onto his side of the floor, and there goes Downey to the bench. So 6-on-5, the Bellies will go. Here comes a streaking Stewart off the bench, takes the shot. Oh, what a save! Turned aside by Washington. In desperation, swinging his stick up. Oh, it's a goal. My mistake. Whoa. Little late for the replay. My mistake. I thought he got a piece of it, but New West cuts the lead to 1. Fooled me. I might have sold our cameraman too with my call. A little over enthusiasm, but here comes Delta quickly in transition off the faceoff. Can they get a shot off? And there's a nice save turned aside by Downey. Not going to fool anybody that time. Gets the leg up and out of play. 1-goal game now. Here's Kozak in the corner with 1:30 to play. Kozak sends it over to Boma. Bobbles that one momentarily, but he's got a handle on it now. 20 seconds to shoot. Here's Richmond trying to get through. He'll spin around to check. Loses the ball. 10 seconds to shoot now. Richmond now trying to get underneath. He'll take this one behind the net himself. Good stick check, though, by a New West defender. Richmond loses it. And there's the shot clock violation now with just over a minute to play. New West calls timeout. And we'll see what they can draw up here. As we take a look at their bench, head coach Rich Catton alongside assistant coaches Darren Fridge and David Bigley. They'll try to draw up one last, hopefully for them, not one last, but at least for now, one more offensive set to try to solve Braden Washington, who's had a strong game in this one. I think back to 3 saves back to back to back in the second period, how different this game could be if he didn't stand tall there. But he's going to have to stand tall once again for at least one more possession. New West going to head out onto the floor now. They got Dukeman with Guthrie. Ben Stewart. Drew Andre going to start things off. And it looks like Quinn Ridley is going to be the 6th offensive player out there. He's at a hard pick. He's alone in the middle if they can connect with him. Sends it over to Dukeman instead. Under a minute to play now. Battle for the loose ball in the corner. Who's going to come up with it? Delta or New West. Shot clock winding down. Just fresh 30 though. Delta got to be content with just letting as much clock as possible wind down, but New West ends up with it. Here's Ben Stewart, fresh 30 and 30 seconds to play. There's a shot from the outside. A hard pick, though, and an interference call going against the Salmonbellies, which means Ryan Downey's going to have to retreat back to his net. And Delta's going to start off with the ball. 25.8 seconds remaining. Delta hanging on to the 1-goal lead. Not sure if New West actually got a shot on net there. Certainly not what they drew up, but they're going to have to get another defensive stop here if they have their hopes on completing this comeback. Full court press. But getting away from pressure is Ben McDonald. He ends up in the corner now behind the net, gets away from the double team. Might be in a little bit of trouble here. Loses the ball. Will it go back over? It will. So that'll stop the clock. 8.8 seconds. Here comes New West. Can they get one more opportunity? Ben Stewart going to start things off. They need to get something going here quick. Here's Guthrie. 5 seconds now. Guthrie defended way up high. Here's Ben Stewart with the shot. Turned aside with the stick by Braden Washington. And that'll do it. A last-second save to lock in the victory for the Delta Islanders. The Islanders get revenge on the Salmonbellies, who beat them in their last matchup. And the season series is now tied. To everybody that tuned in, no matter whereabouts you're watching from, for cameraman extraordinaire George Parra, I've been Tino Farah, we've been BC Sports TV, and we will see you next time.